Oh yeah, this is peak gaming right here. This is peak gaming. Well, Zakama with nothing but ramp spells, just like the opponent who blew me out of the water that one time, and then all the airbending cards, because airbending Zakama is pretty funny. I would say most of the time it doesn't matter if you airbend it because you untap all your lands, and that initial untap is kind of enough. It doesn't save it because they could kill it before you untap your lands, anyways. So it's not like you're uh, ephemerating or something, because that wouldn't work. You have to cast it, which does leave the airbending cards as something to do. And in the spirit of that one player who only played ramp spells and then top decked only airbending spells after they resolved it, I'm doing the same exact thing. There is nothing but ramp spells and then airbending. These are ramp spells as well. Well, Roxanne is. This is almost always a ramp spell, and if not, it will just spin into one eventually. And same with Atali. It's another thing, I suppose, to just airbend and spin into, and also most of the time just a ramp spell. So, yep. Nope. Sure. Oh, if this hand had a one drop in it, it would be almost perfect, actually. It doesn't have a one drop. It is the most significant thing to be missing. I think it's too late for this card. I think it's too late for that. I don't have the Triome in here. I could put it in. I don't want to go down to any basics, though. Let's get a red land regardless. So I have enough red to play Magic. This is Explore 3. Yeah, I'll actually keep that. Because I can go that, land, that. Yeah, alright, I'll keep it. I won't cast it next turn, though. For a second there, my opponent almost took more than half a second to find a forest in their mono green deck. Like, do I take a forest or do I take a forest? Okay. So, this thing, I'm not going to remove any mountains. Oh yeah, my triggers are still manually stacked. This is neutral. I get the treasures right back. I should cast this. We shall forage. Alright. Well, Zakama next turn. Let me turn off my auto thing. Or turn on my auto resolve thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana. 15? I love it. Alright, Luma needs to hit like a madman right now. It hits one land. Don't think that's enough, actually. I'm gonna not... Oh, I don't have one. Alright, shoot. Let's do this, play this, and tap. So, can I bolt 3 times? I think I can. I don't think there's a real reason to, right? They just recast Lumra. There's no reason to actually do that. I guess I should have killed Birds of Paradise at the very least, so that was a mistake. Wait, what? Is that just wrong? Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's not lethal, and they can recast Lumra, which is a lot of mana the turn after. Okay. Quick creature gets +1 and is flying. I can't airbend, though, because if I airbend anything, I lose that damage. So I should swing. Actually, what I can do is just airbend my opponent's commander. Right, I forgot that was another side of it. They do not cast their commander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Oh, they can cast both. Alright. Still dead. Alright, we got there. Easy. Oh, nice 1717. It'd be a shame if it didn't exist anymore. Oh, beautiful. Just how we drew it up. Actually, that's not how I drew it up at all. I drew it up to bounce my own commander. But I didn't that time. No siree. I think I have to name Dinosaur. Yeah, I would name Dinosaur. Are the airbending cards just, like, oddly efficient at everything? They stop Kodas from hitting me. Dinosaur. We just play those. Yeah. Green. Wait, I mean not green. Oh, I didn't want to play the land. I literally did not want to actually play it. That was a mistake. Alright, my bad. I was not supposed to play it. I was supposed to use the mana for something else. Oops. Well, 5, 6, 7. And then I just pass and cast Zacama next turn. I can bounce this with Airbend Spaghetti from the battlefield, sure. I'm not going to try to stop that. Sure. I'm not going to try to stop that. I want them to invest their entire universe into Kodos. Might actually get that as well here. There's no reason to play around anything when I'm playing Zakama. So they just tap out, swing for more stats. That's what I'm looking for. They don't. Alright, I'm gonna go for it then. We keep this on top in case Kodos actually gets through. Oh, it's destroy. I thought I could airbend my opponent's cards. Alright, I actually can't do anything at all about this. Fair enough. Opponent steals Mossborn Hydra. Alright, they didn't steal anything that wins the game, at least, so that's good. I float one this way? Okay. And colorless red. I could cast Pantlaza. Actually, I can do everything, right? We should cast Pantlaza, actually. Discover 4. Whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell, I really... Yep, sure. And then... destroy... No, I should kill the Hydra before I lose to it. And then blow up the... No, I shouldn't make any additional moves. I shouldn't do anything. This has reach. I guess I should put a stop here, though, because I'm not sure how the monk is going to read. Alright, again, it doesn't get in there. I can just block it. Okay. Alright. I don't really know what they were trying to do, but I'm just not going to do anything. Because if they target it again, I can just flicker it the second time with the second spell. And then it goes away and they can't kill it with a fight effect. Not that that would matter really anyways. Alright. What is this? Omen Path? Wait, is it actually jet black? Oh, that's freaky. That's spooky. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Oh, you can cast it airbend at the same turn? I thought you had to wait a turn with airbending. Oh, maybe I'm only thinking of the board wipe that reads that way. That's why I'm confused. Bro, my deck list, look at it. It's pitch black. How have I never seen this sleeve before? This is the best sleeve ever. My opponent actually moused over my deck, too, I saw. They're like, what is that a visual bug? Maybe it is. It looks freaky. Oh, I don't like that. My hand is jet black to my opponent, too, by the way. Like, my hand is just black. Is there time for this? I don't think so, right? I don't have any ramp spells to go with it. Playing one land a turn with this is kind of lame. It's bugged? Awesome. I hope it stays that way. Oh, until they fix it, I'm gonna keep it. It's cool. Although I will admit, it's kind of... it's probably annoying to the opponent because my hand is pitch black and it could be hard to see how many cards are in my hand. So it's actually the sweaty meta choice. Opponent's the one meta spell, I guarantee you it's Swords of Plowshares or Lightning Bolt. That they're taking their sweet time on. Five, six, seven, eight. I can cast Zacama in 2 turns. Unless Roxanne dies. Which it probably has to die for the game to continue. So we can assume it's not going to be part of the math here. Alright, they did not cast the spell. It's my guarantee was 99%. Okay. Okay. Let's just run this out. I could ping this for 2 and get 1 damage in swinging, but that doesn't really do anything, now does it? Alright, well, Roxanne's still in play. This is a lot of issues for the opponent. This is also not the Shrine Commander, it's the, one that only has something going on after you've played Shrines. It doesn't find them. I can also just blow this up with this card. That's probably not right, though, because I just get more mana with Zakama instead? Yeah. I feel like I'm not concerned about this. Zakama is more of an issue than anything else my opponent's displayed. My opponent agrees. It doesn't matter. Zakama has infinite naturalizes. They can draw all they want. I'm just going to keep blowing up the enchantments they find. Nope. I have one more shot at it. Of course not. This game's probably over. You cannot do nothing for 2 turns in this format. Ridiculous. Yep, that's just over. Oh, yep, there it is. Just in time. Alright, whatever. I'll just play the highest investment thing, and if it doesn't work, I'll just move on. I'm like 5 turns behind in terms of the pace of Historic Brawl right now. Well, all the artifacts they've played so far already tap for mana. I don't really get the idea. So green, that, heat. Explore. Yep, can explore here. I did not draw a land. Dinosaur. Oh, is this a dinosaur too? Oh, it is. That's so funny. It is. They didn't kill my Tireless Provisioner. So we can cast this, which essentially costs 1. And I think I'll just do... Actually, I'm going to play this because I have enough lands now. Alright, I caught back up. I did not expect to untap with Provisioner here. My opponent probably would have killed it had they the ability to, though, because as you can see, it's the most ridiculous thing in the universe. It single-handedly caught me back up. Although Play Patterns is in deck, is in play right now, so it might not even matter. I have no solution to the One Ring in my deck. I mean, I caught up on board, but still, I can't. The One Ring is still ignoring everything I'm doing. Spelunking? I mean, you could play it if you want, I guess. Let's actually play this thing. Let's see what it finds us. That's fine, I guess. Alright, well, if it wasn't for the One Ring, I actually did catch back up. That's pretty cool, I guess. I suppose I'll play Birds of Paradise. I'm not too excited about it, but... So now the One Ring has to end the game for me? Without them winning with it? Which I argue they basically already did. Each aura and equip... What? Okay, well, if Zakama can stop everything around the One Ring, maybe we can do something here? They get probably the best equipment now, because it untaps all their mana. And you can't block it. I think that actually is the best equipment. It's a protection from... Because the green-red one would have been fine here. This is literally the best one they could have hit. That's actually insane. Well, I'd love to play that, but here we are not being able to play it. So, I'm not going for a Tali, especially with the Lodestone Golem. First things first, I have to stop this card. I think I start blowing up artifacts. Because the current things in play just generate mana. I keep Lodestone Golem around so they cannot... They can't easily pay for everything. Because it taxes my opponent as well. Although it really kind of doesn't tax my opponent, in all honesty. I don't know, I still feel like the One Ring is not going to be too concerned about me blowing up the stuff around it. Karn? Okay. These already tap for mana, so like tapping it with the commanders, whatever. Dragonfire Blade? Okay. Sort of whatever, sure. Okay. Well, this is unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I don't think I have any business winning this. I feel like I was about to concede, honestly. I was so far behind to begin with. I mean, you know, time and time again, when someone's on the play with this, your chances of losing have gone up by like 20% or something. At least given the the logged win rates, the add-on that shows you your win rates or your mulligan. So already at a huge disadvantage. You can't really do nothing for 3 turns in this format. It's just not that kind of format. Unless, I guess, you have a bunch of counterspells and removal and reactionary deck or something. The Tireless Provisioner didn't get killed, and it let me catapult right back up. And then the One Ring, I would say most games would most assuredly have won by now, having drawn, 4, 7, 10 cards or something completely obtuse. Like, I don't think I have any business winning this. Also, I think Lodestone Golem stopped me from playing my commander a turn earlier. Oh, I did it again. Ah, alright, doesn't matter. Opponent doesn't want to play. I take it. I'll take it. I was about to say, I kept a hand with no 1 or 2. I really gotta not do that. Yeah. Let's play this. Yep. Bad Golos time? What do you mean? Oh, I've never seen anyone play Sfella before. This is one of my favorite commanders. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Oh, that's so cool. Sfella. I love this. It's probably my favorite red-green next to Clothis commander. Alright, we didn't get hosed. We found the land. Let's get Sacred Foundry. Yep. And we play the dumb card. Alright, what is Fella doing? What are we doing over there? Wow, they just went right into a monolith. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. Could just take out the monolith, and could also just cast this, and then leave up Archewitch Charm. I'm not going to take out the monolith here. I don't think it's a new fancy breakpoint I'm concerned with. What is it, 7 from 6 or something? Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, maybe I should have cared about it. The old Sfella activation. Alright. The whiff was real. Let's... Oh, opponent, what happened? Your weird collector company didn't work? Sfella didn't do the thing? Are you actually screwed now? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I guess they are kind of screwed because we just kill Sfella for the rest of the game. It was before, like, Ancient Tomb and Mana Drain. Oh, we should go back to that. We should go back to that. Back to the way things were. Back to the deep roots conservatism. That's what we needed. That's what I need in my historic Brawl. Yeah, Cyclonic Rift would hose Fella. I'm not really interacting in that way. Well, maybe not hose it any more than any other card, but honestly. This one. Alright, we did the herp into derp. 6, 7, 8... I guess 9, technically? Do I have a land? Ice Till Explorer is a thing? Yeah, we can Ice Till here. We can Ice Till here. My opponent does not cast their commander? That is insane. What? What are you... What's this other card? Okay, I guess that's a little bit better than... I mean, is it, though? It actually didn't whiff. Huh. Tragic. Wait a minute. Wait, we just get Roxanne, actually. Yeah. Almost forgot. Almost forgot this existed. You know what, opponent? You know what? There you go. There you go. Take it for the road. Put him back up to 20. Alright, what the heck is this? 5 damage, triggered ability of a legendary, triggers additional time. Alright, so that just gives your commander the ability to do it twice. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with this unless you have Wash Away. Let's get that. Oh, it doesn't. So, blow that up. And just chill. I don't want to go crazy. When there's nothing to do with it, there's no reason to do anything with it. If that makes any sense. Okay. Yeah. Yep. This doesn't stop my commander. The shrines you get don't have immediate value. I can just blow them up. Yeah. Do they get an ETB one? They do not. Alright, so let's hose the... Wait. Let's do this. We're not doing anything on this turn. Just getting meta. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. They did get the best one, but again, we're Zacama, so we're in a spot where we don't actually care. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. And so can turn the... Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. I can't do that. This is a commander you don't want to kill, so there's no reason to flicker bolt spam. But I can't not kill it, because I still have to kill my opponent with my stuff. But they can't rely on shrines here, obviously. Unless they can shut down Zacama forever, which is possible, given a few cards in the game that they probably aren't playing. Oh, they have no lands in hand. No lands in hand, so there's 5 cards in their hand. Okay, this gets a land. That's fine. I'm willing to do this. Wait, does this set it to... It does! It does set it to 0. I wasn't sure. Oh, I didn't think of that. It's just like sets it to 0. You're not finding nothing. That's why I gave my opponent a life off of the Grove, but take it for their travels. Yeah, he's just gonna... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's just... Oh man. I feel bad. I like the Shrine deck. It's so honest. It's so down the middle. I feel bad just hosing it with infinite naturalizes. Kind of. I kind of feel bad. Especially the ones that aren't the first sliver. Those ones I feel bad about. But the first sliver ones is like... Like my version is probably as close as it gets to not feeling bad about blowing out. Because the shrines are like a side plan. Okay. What do you got? Yeah, I played this fellow in Artisan. That's true. I did play it in Artisan. Oh look, they have a Mox. No way. No way. Let's just dunk this thing now. You can just cast Pantlaza. Well, there's nothing else to do, so I should probably actually do that. This is a very, very good Planeswalker with a plus on it. That is, I'm surprised I've never even seen this before. Oh, come on. Oh, goodness. Come on. That's just ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have a Tolly, but my opponent has the Healy just literally soloing me right now. Alright. This is a very good commander. How have I never seen this? What got changed on it? What's the original one? Of course you have a wizard too, right? Yep. Love it when everything lines up, huh? Must be nice. Must be nice. I bet you there's only like 3 wizards in this deck too. Is that a wizard? Nope. Alright, here's where I steal a counterspell and it does nothing. Oh, not quite. Emblem with artifact creatures are larger and spells are cheaper. Okay, they have the I win the game artifact. Unfortunately, it is... They are artifact creatures for the opponent, so they need to not just make those and do nothing with them. I don't know why they did the improvise spell and then didn't do anything with the improvise spell. That's strange. Yeah, I don't get that. Alright, let's go straight into combat. Let's swing here. That just worked. That just straight up worked. Okay. Yep. What? I think what my opponent was banking on here was... They made a mistake with this, I guess. Yeah, they made a mistake. Okay, so in this one you don't have to tap the artifact. That doesn't really seem like a major difference, I guess. Like, it's pretty easy to tap an artifact to this, I'd say. Like, you could even tap the Darksteel Citadel. You could tap this thing, like... This is a really good commander. Nothing on the draw turn 1 is kind of ugly. Alright, they're over it anyways. Yeah, this is just a super uphill commander in general. And against Zacama, it's probably a complete nightmare, so I don't blame him. This is a hand. Alright, it's not quite exploration, but it might as well be, because it's about as stupid. Not quite as stupid, but a lot of the times it kind of feels the same. Alright, we really wish I drew a land there, but I guess I got this anyways. Let's get a plains? Yeah, let's just get one of each basic in play. I don't need double green. Well, at least not yet. Oh, Pock is actually in a perfect line to do the thing. They can steal this. I really just don't care about that, though. I don't think there's a single blue card that matters here, so that's ideal. I will get a... Yeah, we're gonna get a forest here. What are you gonna... lightning bolt it or something? Okay. Let's get forest. I mean, they could have Dak Faden that, so that's a win in my book. Okay. That's what my opponent chose to do. Yep. Get burgeoninged. Alright, we did it. All I had to do was complain enough. And it was my turn to do it. My opponent literally had to kill the thing Dak Faden wanted to steal. That's like how far ahead I was. You only say hello when you kill it. Oh, they didn't kill it. Alright, let's play this one, because it's immediately game-winning. I have to do something about it. I want to manually stack this if I don't draw what I'm looking for. I'm not going to worry about it quite yet, though. Okay, I did find what I'm looking for, so now I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to manually stack anything. Wait, are they just dead? No, they're not quite dead, but they might as well be. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, you're kind of just dead. Like I said, you kind of need to answer this, although I did have to sort of find the fetch land for it to be next level lethal. There's almost nothing in the game blue-red can do at this point. What's in my hand? Planes? Oh, I don't really have a choice. Okay, I just don't have a choice. Alright, my bad. My bad. My phone's giving me attitude. No! No! Alright. We're in a position to not worry about that. Because I have another one. This is the one upside of having a range of 2 into 4 and 1 into 3s, is they bleed into each other when your opponent tries to interact. Sure. Is this an instant? It is. Let's still play it at sorcery speed. There's no reason to run into some nonsense here. Let's turn one forest into a forest and a mountain. Yeah. Maybe you don't even need the second forest, actually. It's still fine. Rakdos Signet, huh? Alright, well that's not a blue spell that costs 2. They can't use this mana to specifically do that, so it has to be like, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Styx, maybe? Alright, do you have the haha funny card? No, it doesn't look like it. Actually, they still could. Still could have it. Alright, looks like they don't. They could have just cast Azula. I actually didn't have an answer to it. It would just sit there and probably be a problem the next turn. So, oh, they can still cast it. What am I talking about? Yeah. Perfect fetch land with Brainstorm, as is tradition. Yeah, they can still cast it. Alright, as we know Azula to be, it is very scary when you untap. Oh, never mind. We're not going that direction. Wow. Roxanne dies to the Sheriff card? Wow, that's shambles. 1, 2, 3. Land. Okay, this works. Let's cast, they're exactly the same. Doesn't matter. Now they can have 2 mana counter spells, which I would love to see, because that means there's nothing else in their hand. Tragic. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have Zacama. They need something beyond their commander, which I would say is probably fairly likely here. Alright, if they're not doing anything, then I am most assuredly not doing anything. So there's that. Let's get a white and a red. Memory date. Sack this land cast. Alright, so they were going to use Emergent Zone to try to flash in Azula. I guess? So far, nothing has been played that would ever care about this. Especially this. You can't copy this. No mana was spent on the copy. You don't get any cards. Let's get a white and a red here. Could have just cast Zakama anyways, but I think just giving myself the ability to cast 2 turns in a row is better. And if they have to keep interacting, then I guess that means Azula will then also not be showing up. They're looking at my forests. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not even like Zakama really does anything. It's just sitting there. But they can I guess counter it. So there's the first card that actually cares about Azula. Alright, they have it. There it is, of course. That's the funny card I was talking about. Right then and there. Right where you want it. You also have a counterspell in your Azula deck. Apparently not. Oh, wait, I don't have to... Let's just wait to see. Okay, I was gonna say, let's wait to see if it actually... I have the mana. Okay, so they have to do something about this, and I'm sure they can. I will not swing with the Cobra. I will not swing with the Cobra. Alright, that's the second spell this game I think is decent with Azula. I mean, I guess technically Brainstorm is a third. Okay, well, they have to do a lot here. They have to do a lot here. This is in combat? Yeah, alright. What do you got? Okay, I'm going to do that again. Alright, they don't have it. They had the exact kind of setup, and this is how you probably should play Azula. This is actually interesting. This is good to see, I think, where people are figuring out that you can't just play this on turn 4. so people are playing a bunch of things that set it up to be played later, such as, but not limited to, the funny card, which I was talking about. It's a sorcery, never mind. They couldn't have end-stepped it. Never mind, I thought they could do it whenever they want it. But yeah, they need a card like that. They actually only had one red source. This might be the game where I don't... Oh yeah, we can get rid of Invasion. We could get rid of either of these, actually. I'll keep Pock, because I want to be spicy. I'd like to be spicy. Ooh! I picked the right one. It looks like we picked the right one, huh? Oh, nice duress. It'd be a shame if it didn't do anything at all. Because I got rid of the only non-creature card. Oh, no. Opponent. Let's get Temple Garden. Is that wrong? I don't care. That's what I did. Mountain, green. I don't have 2 green. Yeah, I don't have 2 green. So this, that, tap for 2. Yeah, there's no... I don't have green to do all the funny stuff I want. Alright, well, that's lame. Oh, it taps specifically for green. So, no, I still didn't have... I still couldn't do it. Never mind. Still couldn't do it. Oh, yes, I could have. Oh, why am I so bad at Magic? Why am I so bad? Oh, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Let's tap that. This is green, green. Get a 2-drop? No. This. I promise I can do the rest of everything more betterer. I promise. That. Pick up this. Green. Green Suns for 2? No. Nope. No Green Suns here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to kill Badger Cub. They just have to. The game's just on pause until it's dealt with. They're reading both of my creatures. I mean, it's obviously the Cub. It's not even close. Yeah, there you go. I guess it's good to read it in case you don't read it. And then you lose because you did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do they beat Roxanne? Let's find out. Roxanne is a huge problem here, so... I will now start blocking their creatures so their thing stops doing stuff. Or you can just continuously have everything you need. That works too. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Alright, I think we got there. Get rid of that nonsense. And then just pass. And say good luck to you. I mean, Path of Exile has already been cast, so... They'd need, like, removal, threat, and they'd have to continue to do that at this point. I mean, it's almost impossible, honestly, to beat the Zacama here. Wow, scryed both on top. Alright. Whenever this creature attacks, pay red. Okay. I still have Lotus Cobra. So, let's kill this thing. Let's, swing. And then just pass. They kept 2 cards on top. So, Heroic Reinforcements. Does that kill me? I don't think so, but it comes close. Math is for blockers. Let's block here, 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 here. Kill that. Land. Land. How much mana do we have? Swing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's gain life immediately. And then pass so I don't die to lightning bolt. They kept this card. Franco attacks, put a counter. Alright, so we just win then. I would probably not have kept that second card. I don't think Krenko's doing anything. Kind of surprised at that, honestly. The Heroic is great, but this, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I want to just not crack the... Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to try to crack this fetch land if I don't have to, but now at this point, there's nothing they can do. Yeah, there's nothing they can do anymore. But yeah, I mean, removal, threat, exponential threat, scryed 2 on top. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to like critical mass. All games just end up like that because everything is becoming impossibly like consistent, which is really, really bad for the longevity of this format, I think. Like what just happened just seems completely insane. It really just doesn't feel like the same format. So they have to kill Scute Swarm here. I think? Unless Tiny Bones doesn't matter, then I guess they don't have to kill it. Alright, it's leaning into the it doesn't matter if... Oh, no, they just have it anyways, yeah. Alright, well, they had to do that, otherwise they essentially lost the game. If they steal the Scute Swarm, could lose very fast. Okay, we're doing nothing. What? What is my opponent? My opponent's playing like an Ashnod list, but they have Tiny Bones instead of Ashnod in the command zone. Little interesting. Okay, I draw kind of a not great one. I would have preferred any other card except this one, actually. I think this is the only uncastable card in my entire deck. Everything else costs 5 and down. It's almost worse than a land, too. Yeah, that was probably the worst draw. Wow. That's not good. Omen of the thing. 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I should probably keep any way to guarantee Atali being cast, so I'll do as such. And, hold the land? Nope, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. That is not worth it. Well, they need lands for it. That is not a land. They did steal Scute Swarm, but no land. Not too upset with that. This is Scry 2. Can set up an Atali here. I think I'll actually take a land. Yeah, we should take a land. And we should probably... No, we're not going to play first. Let's kill the commander again? No, let's just get rid of Scute Swarm before we don't get rid of Scute Swarm. And then land. Alright. So if they recast Scute Swarm, then so be it, I guess. Let's block that thing. I don't really have a board or a graveyard that matters. In fact, I would love it for them to invest a bunch of mana in something that doesn't matter here. And they do. Okay. Yeah, this just looks like an Ashnod deck. They drew a land for the turn, which means this card isn't new in their hand. They're almost just dead to Atali flipping and swinging. Oh, wait. No, no, no. Alright, my bad. No surveil value. Should I go to combat first? Nah. I mean, they can make all the food tokens they want. I don't care. I think I do swing with the Tolly. Yeah, that turn cycle, it was the only card in my deck I couldn't cast. Yeah. There's no 6-drops. They have to... Can you use textures? Well, that's not going to work, so... They need something here. The card in hand isn't it, so they have to top deck it. I don't even know what this could be. I don't know. Let's find out together. Okay. What do we swing with? Oh, well, if that's it, I'll just kill it. Yeah, there's almost nothing. Oh wait, they have to legally flip it for me to, or you get banned from tournaments. You have to like reveal face down cards at the end of the game, or you just get in trouble. Morph, reveal a black card in your hand. When it turns face up, someone loses 2 life. So this is 1-drop nonsense aggro thing, but it's not Ashnod. It's pretty smooth sailing to get 15 wins a day with a deck like this, right? Your losses are fairly fast. I think I had 1 loss in there that was extremely slow, but that's because I just didn't concede against a very slow player. But everyone else that beat me, it was honestly really quick, and you just move on to a win, where with like a control deck or any other kind of strategy, you might not find out who's winning or losing for a while, right? You can have long games and then lose at the end. That is the thing that happens. Those are the interesting ones, one would argue. But apart from all that, it's mono green ramp. It's it's the most tried and true thing. It's super, super consistent. The airbending cards are not as egregious as I initially thought they were. My mindset was just that one game the other day where the Zacama player just had nothing but ramp spells, top decked once they were out of cards, played Zacama, proceeded to then play Airbender's Ascension right off the top after 15 rampant growths. Their whole graveyard was all ramp spells. Boom, peels this. So, and I think it was also just relevant to make that much Zacama mana. I'll have to actually go back and see. But there were games where flickering this in the way in which you can actually flicker it, which is casting it, you can't just ephemerate. So in the games in which you do that, you have to like really justify all of that mana, and I kind of just didn't. So, I don't know. So actually, to be fair, those are quite a few times where it was actually just right to bounce my opponent's cards with some of these airbend cards. You, like, generating, I don't know, 6, 7, some 9, 10, whatever mana, giving you more activations is, like, kind of snowbally. So, these could just be, like, actually, Avatar's Wrath is okay. Ascension's fine, Reversal's fine. That one's fine because it at least draws. This one's okay, I guess. It gives Zakama flying. Appa could be Swords to Plowshares. It could be Get Lost. It could be literally another ramp spell. Another Explosive Vegetations. I did like this one. The Gyat. Gyat is pretty cool. It, like, protects you really forever until this is dealt with. Like, they try to respond to their first removal spell and they realize it just creates another trigger. So Gyat just keeps going. Gyaten. So that one's alright. This one's kind of not great to me. I don't know. You could do without them. They don't take up that much space. They only really matter once you've already cast Zakama, or I guess Atali. Or honestly, even these two are okay too. Airbend. These really are not that bad. So that's okay. Even Solemn Simulacrum could maybe go in instead of one of these. I wouldn't feel too bad about that, just to have another thing to like airbend, I guess. I don't think we're ever going into the ephemerate territory of things, but I suppose you could. Everything I just talked about that wasn't Zacama would prefer you to ephemerate instead of airbend. So you could definitely play more of that thing. What else even is there? I guess this is flickerable. Pock can be reset with a flicker, and you can do the same thing with Pock in 2 turns. This is a thing to flicker. There's not that much. It wasn't the main idea, right? You could go more into it. It doesn't require a lot of card slots. It mostly just is Ephemerate and maybe Cloud Shift. That's kind of all I would really like to play. I wouldn't want to play anything that costs more than 1. There's not a lot. I don't think at this point, really, at all, you need something like Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Swords to Plowshares. Those cards are great. There's plenty of decks that want those cards. Just this deck, when you're doing this thing, just like Rofellos, I suppose, you don't really need to interact with your opponent. It's sort of up to your opponent to interact with you. Otherwise, you will run away with it, and you're not going to stop running away with it. You're just going to keep going in an angle that is rather difficult to interact with. There's a couple opponents that were counterspelling ramp spells. One time it actually worked out, but the other times it doesn't. There's tempo, right? Tempo cannot be created nor destroyed, merely transferred from one player to the other. There's tempo in countering ramp spells, and sometimes it's all you have, and if it doesn't work, you're screwed, but your opponent also has to capitalize on countering those, because otherwise you're going to keep doing it and eventually get there. Sometimes Cavern was more important than I wish it was, but I think because of that, Crop Rotation is good, and maybe even the other ones that find, was it Omen Path? There's a couple lands that do it too, I think. Yeah, there's Hour of Parmesan Cheese. You could cheese it in that way as well. I don't really like Primeval Titan, to be honest. You could put it in here, don't get me wrong. You could put it in here and then run like the Thespian Stage Dark Depths. If you could just slide that in all casual. Probably at that point at least have Yavimaya, so they tap for mana. Or real mana at least. Rofellos as well, if I had Yavimaya, could probably go in here. And Yavimaya is another card for stuff like Crop Rotation, Hour of Parmesan, Omen Path, Titan, just to get those when you need them. But yeah, Cavern, ways to get Cavern are fine. Even the Cave, there's like 2 lands. Expedition Map is questionable to me. It doesn't ramp you, it just gets you a land. I don't know if I like that one too much. It's like 3 mana, get a land. I don't know. It's a lot for that. But sometimes that's what you need, and it's okay to get that, right? Green Sun Zenith, finding Delighted Halfling is another one of those cavern, build your own Cavern of Souls situations, right? Vastly more vulnerable though. So yeah, counterspell's a bit annoying for Zakama. You don't really have to cast it once you get to 9 mana against a counterspell deck, though. You could just wait until you can cast it again. I saw that playing against it a few times. Someone just waited till they had 11 mana to cast it for the first time, or even more than that. So if it does get countered, they can just keep back-to-back casting it, instead of just casting it once and then going back to ramping, which is sometimes not good enough. Nissa and, what is it, Lotus Cobra are okay. Like, this deck has a ton, more than actually really any deck I normally play, of land-based ramp, no mana rocks or anything like that. And these shine in that spot, but like Nissa's not really drawing anything crazy. It does pull more mana out of your deck. Lotus Cobra isn't crazy either, really. Like, you want lands. You don't want to just have 7 mana, Lotus Cobra gets you the rest of the way there, and then cast it. Because if it dies, you are just like never going to see it again, especially if there's a sweeper or something. You can survive sweepers, but you probably don't survive sweepers if your ramp was in the form of floating mana off of landfall triggers with these two. These two in particular are weak to sweepers, and if your commander dies, they don't really help you cast it again. So I just kind of don't like these in this kind of deck. But what they do is get you to the first Zakama by just helping you ramp into other cards, whatever. But these are not anywhere the same as Tireless Provisioner. This card, honestly, is just a mythic rare. It's insane. There was a couple of games where I should have just lost. But I had this in play. And because I didn't lose. It just suddenly 9 treasure tokens. You're just never going to stop Zakama 3 turns in a row. So, but it floats the mana forever. These don't. So I don't really like these. I would argue these should probably just be another land-based ramp spell. I think I have all the 2-mana ones, though, so I don't know what I'd turn this into. Definitely not Arcane Signet. You don't want Mana Rocks. You could probably play, I don't know, the One Ring or something funny, honestly, instead, if you really wanted to. Oh, that's really about it. Yeah. Mono Green Zakama is, in my opinion, the best way to play it. There's a few commanders at this point, I'd say. There's a handful of them that actually don't want to play a mono green strategy when they have access to green. So there are a few. Sometimes Madrotha goes that route just because it's funny to play a bunch of cool cards in Madrotha instead of like this all the time. But some exceptions. But most of the time, it's just green. Even Jetmir. I remember playing Jetmir as a Naya deck, and then I'm like, oh, let's try mono green instead. And the mono green one was just kind of better. It was just kind of better than playing the red and white cards. And that was that was a while ago. Whenever the Mafia set came out, the Brass Knuckles set, I don't know, Cabaretti. This is just at its best mono green. Honestly, even when you're not doing the mono green thing, the white cards you're running are like board wipes and removal. They're not really, like, you're not going to play Smothering Tithe or I don't even know. It's really the white that this is going to play is removal and sweepers, which just more removal. The red cards, I don't really know. There's not a lot of red that Zakama does anyways. I guess you could go crazy. There's like Godo Helm of the Host. You could do that. What else? There's more removal like Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, other stuff. But like I said, when it comes to removal in green, you can just make your opponent be the one that has to interact with you and not really worry about what they're doing because you're going to be faster than them and it doesn't matter what they're doing, right? Like the Arabelle, whatever, the Boros stall is trying to beat me to death and it's going to struggle a little bit to interact meaningfully while doing that. And I don't have to interact if I'm fast enough to just outpace the damage. I could just cast, like, you're so fast that you can cast Zakama before Arabelle. I can just look at the card. It's a Naiad card, right? Is it Annabelle or Arabelle? Arabelle. I think Annabelle's the horror movie, whatever. So Arabelle is like not fast enough to kill you before you cast Zakama. Like that's just how fast green ramp is. You can cast a 9-mana 9/9 before your opponent kills you with a bunch of ramping damage. That's insane. That's why I say mono green is kind of the best aggro deck because it does the thing faster than red does. It's just where we are right now. I'm sure, at some point that will change, right? Aggro decks are going to get better cards as time goes on. I haven't looked at the new set coming out. I mean, I haven't even really had time to breathe in the Avatar set and already talking about the next one. I refuse to get sucked into the hype. I refuse. I haven't even looked at the cards really. But, aggro's going to get better with time. It needs a lot of help if it doesn't want to just be this. But Zakama's just a cool commander. It's one of my favorite commanders. I love it. I think last time I played it, it was seeing Keenan and Scythus. I think it was. That's what I remember, at least. Maybe I'm misremembering, but this time I did not. I saw things that I think are a lot more reasonable for Zakama to see. It isn't like this is completely unstoppable and nothing can beat it. It's it's a mono green ramp deck. Whatever your answer to that normally is probably going to apply here as well. Especially if you don't play any creatures or artifacts or enchantments, then this doesn't really do anything. It just sits there, right? And I would never really cast this on an empty board. I don't think so. Unless I think it can genuinely kill my opponent with 3 attacks. I don't think there was a lot of games where that was the case. If my opponent had nothing, I was probably just not going for this. It is unfortunate for the Shrine players out there, though. They're just going to get destroyed by this. In fact, I think the Shrine matchup is a 100% win, unless they have the most insane thing in the universe, which, I don't know. Like moon misting the Aang, which we did see, because of course we did, right? They always have the moon mist. Always have the moon mist. But, yep, huge fan of this strategy. Tried and true. That's it. So, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.